Watched this Marquez video the other day, coincidentally, funny enough, and I thought this thing was trash, and now we're finding out that it's hiding a scam. So I'm ready. Chat, are you ready? Yep, I'm ready. Oh, oops, open it twice. There we go. There we go. Yeah, shit. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, boom.
R1 is a tech product that has raised tens of millions in venture capital, promised the world.
I don't know how, but it has, apparently. 10 million in venture capital.
Delivered on almost none of it. Worse, though, it's built on a scam that the founder is now trying to distance himself from. But, hey, where are my manners? I'm trying to be more positive in 2024. So let's let this company introduce themselves at least before we say anything negative about them.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Jesse, and I'm the founder and CEO of Rabbit. This is the Rabbit R1. I can speak or type with R1. I can also use R1 to call a ride.
I watched the video where Marquez tried to order... No, someone complained during his research, said that they tried to order from Uber Eats or DoorDash, and they got the order wrong, and they couldn't change the tip. So I don't know if this thing is even, like, functioning at this point. Yeah, you could just use your phone for it. Why not? Order from DoorDash and tip the maximum. Yeah, you can't change it. I just don't see why this is a thing. We could just use your phone.
I can also use R1 to order food. I can also make R1 to a set of more complex actions. For example, if I want to plan a trip to London, I can just describe what I wish in full to R1. You can order the R1 now.
Why do they always, like, make things, like, trying to attribute a function to something, like a problem that doesn't exist? Why is that a thing? Wow, I have an AI. I could just ask ChatGPT to do a better job. It's called grifting. I just can't believe $10 million is invested into this garbage.
At rabbit.tech. And we are shipping Easter 2024.
Well, there you go. That's not
That's cute, yeah. At least it's not $700. That's still $200! $200 is like a freaking week's worth of groceries for me now. It's expensive.
So bad. You got yourself a standard tech guy in a black shirt promising the world Apple keynote background. What could go wrong? Oh, and I guess it's past Easter 2024, so the product should have shipped. So before we talk about the scam angle, let's briefly check in with
we watched this video.
For how this AI assistant is assistanting.
The thing that you get at the beginning is like borderline non-functional.
Book an Uber to LTT Labs.
The rideshare status is currently unavailable.
Yep, see, this is what he talked about. He said that half of the shit is non-functioning. So why do you even have it? And it looks like cheap plastic, too.
Get me a ride.
Apologies. The Uber ride request couldn't be processed.
What is this?
You are holding a taco.
A taco for ants? Yeah, a taco for ants.
Oh, that's not good. I could give them a few lessons on positivity. Turns out, basically everyone in the tech sector tag-teamed this product for being non-functional or plain wrong about things that Rabbit said the R1 could handle. Things just weren't working. But what if I told you that wasn't the biggest scam? That this company is built on something much worse. And now that I've been so cheery and positive, let's go down the rabbit hole and see what's under the hood. Yes, it's a bunch of rabbit jokes.
He should have said, let's skin this rabbit.
So the first thing we need to do is go to their webpage. The R1 is created by something called Rabbit Incorporated. But this company has a strange history. It was originally registered under a different name, Cyber Manufacture Co. In fact, they changed their name 2 months before their official announcement. And it turns out that name change is pretty significant because cyber manufacture.
What did we learn from last video? Where they said that people love to rebrand, like the Nataku thing? Yeah, where they said, Nataku used to be something else, and then Cybertech also is rebranding currently because they don't want to have that stigma associated from what they've done before. No taco, no nut taku. Rebrands generate hype. Yes, they actually do. Very correct. Yes. But the biggest thing is that people don't associate you with the old things that you might have, like, done wrong.
Co. wasn't just like a shell company or the same company under a different name. They had separately raised venture capital for a completely different project.
That's
not
smart.
AI. It was for NFTs. Now, before
Naturally. Of course. Of course, NFTs. Every damn time, man. Every time we get something that involves tech bros, it gets ruined. I mean, they did scam a bunch of people out of the monkey pictures, right? The depressed, angry monkeys, whatever they're called. I don't even remember the name. Give in, Alana? Oh, hell no. This is why I think AI in its current state is a complete waste of time and a scam. Everything is labeled as AI now. Oh, by the way, this is a funny story. I went to Best Buy like a month ago, and I was looking at toothbrushes just for fun. I just stopped and looked. And there was an AI toothbrush, and I was like, what the hell is this? That makes it AI, and it costs like $100 more, and I'm like, oh, so this is a scam. And it's like, apparently it's supposed to track how much you brush your teeth, like in sections of your mouth area, and I'm like, why can't you just keep track of that in your head and not spend $100? I feel like it's just grifting to like people who have a lot of money, essentially. It's a glorified stopwatch. I don't even know. I didn't ask like the people at the front, but I grabbed it and I read the packaging and I thoroughly read it. I didn't skim it. I gave it a good look over, and I'm like, this is not AI. This is not what you think it is, but people who are stupid and have money think like, oh, I'm gonna buy this revolutionary AI toothbrush that's gonna tell me what fucking part of my teeth I haven't brushed yet, even though you could just use your fucking brain! Anyway.
Before you laugh, remember, this is 2021 when people took NFTs very seriously. According to a press release, the project was called Gamma, and it was at the intersection of gaming, community ownership, and Web3 buzzwords. What does that have to do with AI? Well,
everything.
Much. Conversely, Rabbit today also sort of wants nothing to do with crypto. Their founder, Jesse, announces,
gee, I wonder why.
For Rabbit, let me be clear, quote, we will never touch crypto. Never. Okay, well, that's pretty strong, but given
that's probably a lie.
Their whole past is built on crypto NFTs, it's a little strange. Now, when Gamma is brought up, Jesse doesn't really deny that he ran the project. He sort of makes it sound like it was no big deal, just kind of a thing of the past. Quote, Gamma was a fun little project I was involved with during early COVID time. My main work is to build a Unreal Engine 5 space station themed game.
Where have I heard this before? Unreal Engine 5 space station themed game? Where have I heard this before, I wonder? I feel like we've seen a dozen of those come and go, huh? NFT monkey game? Yeah, put some monkeys in spacesuits in there.
Game that I later open sourced. Yes, Gamma released NFTs, and I bought a bunch myself just for fun. Never trade, never released any token or crypto coins, and I left that project once the game was open sourced. Well, there you go, haters. Case closed. It was a fun little multi-million-dollar project he did.
Yeah, for funsies. For funsies, by the way. Multi-million-dollar project for funsies.
Just built it on Unreal Engine. He may have sold a few NFTs, but he bought a few NFTs. So, it's not a scam. Please don't look.
Innocent.
Please do not look into this. Is not a scam. Oh.
Rabbit hole.
Some people may have looked into it.
Oh,
First,
no.
Emily Shepard, and then the writer and podcaster Ed Zitron jumped in the fray with a great article. Now, I spoke to Ed, and he told me a very different story than Jesse about this Gamma project.
It's so weird, and it's the same company. And in 2021, they raised this $6 million, and then Jesse Liu, across several hours of Clubhouse that I subjected myself to, promised the world and more.
Now,
What's
I have
Clubhouse?
to say, promise the world and more is slightly inconsistent.
That's the classic scam artist thing to say, man. Very classic. Promising you the world because if you deliver on even one singular thing, it feels like a win. Oh, I gave you $10,000 and you gave me the world. Oh, but you got a plastic cup, didn't you, huh? Now you don't feel so bad. I love that. That's such a good scam move. Love it.
With fun little COVID project. So I decided I needed to listen to these recordings of Jesse talking about Gamma myself back in the day and find out who was really telling the truth. Jesse or Jesse?
I don't want to make Gamma, or none of us want to make Gamma as a hype and dump program. This is a legit
Hype and dump is the same as what crypto bros do, though. That's literally the whole point of crypto. It's a Ponzi scheme. You pump and hype it up, and then you dump. Pump and dump.
team with millions of dollars of fundings behind. Basically, we're dumping millions of monies into it just to make sure that it will be a next level experiences.
Okay. I have to admit, it definitely sounds like Ed is right. This is sold as whatever the opposite of a quick NFT hype and dump project is. And this is where...
If it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck...
things get much weirder.
So NFT is only just the beginning, the very beginning of this. We probably think that the NFT part will only take no more than 20% of the entire weight of this entire Gamma project. So after NFT, we have this huge groundbreaking ideas about Gammaverse. Then after that, we have this, again, huge groundbreaking ideas about the clean energy versus Gamma coin. And that, the chances that Gamma coin become the first not only carbon neutral, but actually carbon negative crypto 2.0 or Bitcoin 2.0, I think.
What the hell? That was so much waffling for saying that it's gonna be the next big Bitcoin. I love that. He's a good little con man. I like that. Carbon negative, yeah. You're giving back into the universe at that point. I don't think it's physically possible for a crypto coin to be how do I say it? Carbon neutral. That's impossible. You have to use energy to produce it. It just makes no sense to me.
That's complete the entire Gamma story.
Hopefully now you're...
I guess to people who have no idea how crypto works, I guess it doesn't matter. I go carbon negative every time I take a dump. I go carbon negative every time I read this chat sometimes. My brain just explodes. I give back to the earth.
Starting to see why I think it's strange for Jesse to claim that Gamma was a fun little project where he never released these tokens or crypto coins, when that's sort of what he promised. He told people he was going to release a carbon negative Bitcoin 2.0. And look, I know
Which
it sounds stupid now, but again, 2021 was a different time. And remember, Jesse had millions in backing. It's not hard to see how people took him seriously. He said it didn't matter how the NFTs did. He was going to execute.
Okay.
But where are those millions? The money raised from customers.
In his pockets, on his yacht.
When the company changed to Rabbit, where did it go? Did it go to develop Rabbit, a completely different project? I don't know. I'd love to sit down with Jesse and find out. What I do know, though, is that so many of the promises of Gamma didn't happen. And this is relevant to the R1, not just because this project is built on the skeleton of that scam project. It's also because the R1 was overhyped in a similar way as a do-it-all device. But this same company isn't some historyless company. They have a history of abandoning investors like they did with Gamma NFTs.
Wow, who'd have guessed? Yeah, $10 million in my pocket, baby.
I mean, Jesse even told people who were worried about the NFTs, don't pay attention to that. You know, it's all going to work out. You just got to be a true...
No, I like the hiding part on top of the saying, don't worry about it. This is completely unrelated. I would never do this again. Guys, if someone says they're not going to do this again, they most likely are. They've done it before, they will do it again.
Supporter.
I would suggest for our true
supporters, that he's good at speaking for this. I would suggest our true supporters. So the ones that are the real ones are the ones that are the ones that he will call real supporters.
Do not pay too much detail about the current NFT mechanisms, because that doesn't matter. You know, like I can say...
Never mind how NFTs work now. In the future, I will make it carbon neutral.
They say that even if the entire NFT project completely failed, which I don't think that's the case, we're gonna still push the Gammaverse, and we're gonna still push the clean energy and Gamma coin happen using our funds.
I cannot emphasize enough.
Our funds.
That was a lie. That never happened. The clean energy Gamma coin never got published or built or launched. Even though Jesse said they were going to do it, they had the money. Mm-hmm. By the way, we all know it's vaporware, but I think it's important to really hear him sell it, because this is the same guy who wants you to take him seriously when he sells you the future of AI. Take a listen to the whole vision really laid out.
Gamma coin.
I can't stand people who try to sell AI as a thing right this moment. Like maybe 5 years from now, because AI is evolving so rapidly. I don't really blame people for like being excited now, but it is in its infancy at this point. There's no point to make like AI phone or AI tablet or AI computer. It doesn't do anything. It's just stupid. You're just attaching ChatGPT or another model to something that already does its job to try and sell it for more money. Microsoft is doing the same thing apparently with their new generation of like computers,
which is basically Bitcoin 2.0. That is 100% generated by clean energy. And
physically impossible, by the way.
We did the calculations to where if you own over 1,800 megawatts of clean energy generation, that means you will have extra generated electricity that you can donate back to city grid. So the general concept is, let's say if you own a Gamma NFT, that means you own the...
He's selling you air, man! He's selling you air! It doesn't make sense! NFTs require energy! That's impossible!
Proportion in valuation
clean
of
energy
NFTs
cryptocurrencies, yep.
Of that clean energy grid that we started building in the real world. That means you own that power, that portion of the clean energy solar panels that generates that power. And that means you own that power. And that also means that you own that portion of that.
This is such waffling. I'm actually jealous. I want to waffle like this guy and sell a product. Very, very charismatic way of saying, basically, I'm going to sell you this, and I have no idea how I'm going to do it, but I need your money.
That power and
Master
that power
Waffler,
to generate Gamma
He's the final
coins.
boss.
That means you can earn your Gamma coins out of this entire clean energy cycle.
All right. Let's try to suspend our disbelief for a second here and figure this out. Basically, he's saying buying NFTs, somehow would build a clean energy grid, which you would sort of co-own, which would make clean tokens, sort of a thing. And look, I know that sounds a little insane.
It is insane.
But the funny thing is, it's sort of the most sensible part of this project because, as I learned, that wasn't even close to the end of it.
They were saying there was going to be a storefront on, I think, Fairfax Avenue across from Supreme in LA. They were going to do a comic book. They claimed there's a...
What has this got to do with NFTs, man? What? They wanted a storefront with Supreme? What is it, a designer NFT? My golly gosh, guys. I wish I could sell VTuber NFTs and try to sell you guys and then run away with $16 million. Man, oh man.
A comic book.
Yeah, they said a comic book.
Oh, they did make
TV
a comic
show,
book.
an MMORPG. And
oh my god, the biggest scam, an MMO. That's how you know this is bad.
So our product will eliminate the unclean energies from the clean energy cycle, and this would recapture carbon and use it to make corn nuts, which save the environment, so you should buy our products.
No, and then we also make an MMO. We will beat World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy. I'm just trying to fathom. I'm a customer. I have no idea how NFTs work. But then they also want to sell me on the fact that they want me to give them money for an MMO. What has that got to do with anything?
At one point, yes. And then Jesse Liu at one point said that the future of this thing you would control using your brain logic. It is insane.
Elon Musk only just now installed a chip into someone's brain this year. And this was revolutionary. And this guy, I can't, man. This guy's an artist. I wish I could sit down and talk to him and just find out how he can talk like this and just waffle. Waffling about nothing. Can his product also get me Predator on Apex? Yeah, man, anything you want. Challenger on League. Gets you all the pussy you want in Final Fantasy. Gets you the best gear in World of Warcraft. 100%.
Insane.
Am I the only one who doesn't know what brain logic control is? Look, when I first heard this, I thought this cannot be right. This project is already crypto plus NFTs plus clean energy plus comic books. Surely they aren't going to wrap in AI as well.
Yes.
Right?
Of course.
The ultimate goal is that each NPC will be powered by AI algorithms, and then you will be interact directly with them using your natural language and your brain logic. I think that will be the ultimate goal. And when I say ultimate goal, I don't think that's like a 10 years plan. I think, in the next couple of years, we might.
Guys, you don't have to be a tech bro to realize that this is just all mumbo jumbo fantasy shit. This does not exist in the real world. What the hell is he talking about?
I just have a very good chance to achieve it.
A couple of years for an MMO. Yeah, that too.
He promised it in 2 years. Okay, well, why not toss in AI to the buzzword salad? In fact, I guess it maybe relates it more to Rabbit. Maybe we do have the connection, right? The brain logic interface is the connection. I mean, why not just make it the Matrix while you're at it?
I mean, it surely is a Matrix to my extent and to the original concept of the Matrix, that you will be reborn with your alter identity in this metaverse.
Reborn? This guy thinks we're gonna take our brains and plug it into this NFT universe? Holy moly. What? I can't, man! We don't have that technology! Is he thinking like 10 years into the future we can all be robo-brains, and when we die we can go into the metaverse?
And whatever you do in the real world matches the exact consequences in the digital world.
I can't, man.
Okay. Did this man just do the if you die in the game, you die in real life?
Yes.
Unironically?
Yes.
While selling NFTs?
Yes.
The answer is
this Sword Art Online moment.
Yes. And my only follow-up question is, if you get scammed in the metaverse, do you?
It is humanism hyped up with the singularity point.
It's not real. How do you get... Guys, this guy is the best snake oil salesman in 2024, or maybe this half of the century. How do you have people giving you $16 million, or like even say, let's cut it down to $10 million? How does this happen?
You get scammed in real life in this world too? Look, I'm not here to stump for the bigwig venture capitalists who lost their faces on this. At the end of the day, these are both consumer-facing businesses. They got real people to invest real money into both the $200 Rabbit R1 and into this Gamma NFT project. Both are overhyped. One just already didn't deliver what they promised, while the other is...
At least the Rabbit is a product they released, even if it's trash.
...working on fixing it. So, what can be done here? Well, for one, the minimum is that the Gamma NFT holders should be refunded the money they spent. I mean, this isn't even my crazy, wacky suggestion. Jesse suggested it himself in those Clubhouse calls.
And I better pay my money to collect your NFT back if you think this is just an NFT hype and dump project. I have to say that. So the communities will have my
It is a hype and dump project. You already did it once. We just didn't know about it.
words. Anyone that is not envisioning the Gamma to the stage 2 or 3, just want to make a couple of E's out of stage 1, reach out to me. I will buy your NFTs. Okay, I will buy your Gammas and get the fuck out. All right?
All right, we'll take you up on that. Yes, I got a haircut. So I reached out again to Jesse about these refunds, but he didn't respond again. The Rabbit team did, though. They told me Jesse would not refund investors. The quote was out of context. The project was never abandoned. It was actually open sourced. What does that mean? Well, Rabbit claims the Gamma team delivered everything they promised in 3 stages. The one problem is the 3 stages they gave me aren't the 3 stages they promised. The metaverse, by the way, they said they created too, is not a metaverse.
Can we just make a metaverse with like hot VTubers or big fat titted girls? They don't have to be like full on like porn. I'm not saying that. I'm talking like just at least a little bit modest, like a metaverse with like big titty girls, maybe some femboys here and there. Unfortunately, that's illegal. What? No! I will become president and make it not illegal. You can't tell me that! Now I want to make it happen.
It's an Unreal Engine project file that I downloaded to play. It's based on a starter game called Lyra. You can see the starter assets here.
Oh my god.
And the things Gamma did do made the game so buggy that it crashed every minute. But it gets worse. The Rabbit team did...
It's just like Lucy's game.
ChatGPT 4.0 creator wanted to get Scarlett Johansson to do the voice and she declined, so the guy created a voice who sounds very close to Scarlett.
That's one way to get around it. I'm not surprised.
Denied Gamma ever promised the carbon negative coin, which they repeatedly promised. They said, the coin you referred to never materialized, nor was it ever promised or delivered.
Okay.
Now, obviously, I thought I had a stroke. Here I was listening to Jesse promise it, but also he even put it in a video saying, explaining Gamma with our roadmap.
Ultimately, our efforts will lead to the Gamma token, the first ever carbon negative cryptocurrency powered by our sun. Together, we will create a sustainable future for all life on the planet we call home. Join the Discord today and meet your fellow crew members. Gamma.
I don't know how they could.
That was very epic, very good editing.
Could have been more clear. I think it's amazing to have them say now, we never promised that. Only to find a roadmap video with you promising, in big letters, carbon negative cryptocurrency. It's just gaslighting at this point to pretend otherwise. What is funny is that Rabbit also mentions clean energy initiatives they say they did, like reducing gas fees. But again, that's not what they promised. They promised a clean...
Yeah, they promised completely carbon neutral and then maybe carbon negative.
Energy
like what?
Grid. Jesse also promised it on Discord. His post was in Chinese, but he's clearly talking about OpenSea transactions being used to buy land to build the clean energy grid, which is going to help mine Gamma coins, which is exactly what he said on Clubhouse. I mean, these people are contradicting themselves in multiple languages. So I'll let you decide at the end of the day if the Rabbit team is being honest here. Towards the end, they even tried to tell me that Gamma, in our opinion, and as stated in the fact sheet, has no connection with Rabbit. But the fact sheet they're talking about,
But it is. They caught them red-handed at the start and said they rebranded. It's just like VTubing. They fuck up and do something, and then you just rebrand into a different VTuber, get a new model, get some new assets, and then that's it. You're back in it. There's gonna be like a fraction of the people that remember what you did.
They sent me in a document called Gamma Project Fact Sheet. You can't just declare your own facts when it's the same company who made both things, the Rabbit and the Gamma Project. How can you say there's no connection? But after realizing no accountability would be taken and no refunds would be given by this project, I began to feel bad for Gamma investors. It made me wonder, what else is this team hiding? Well, I decided to find out.
All right, I'm ready. Bum. Is it gonna have a part 2, I guess? I guess it's gonna be a part 2. Yeah. That was a good video. That was good. Alright, I can't wait for part 2, but clapters, chat. Clapters. Yay! Fire.